Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a video, this time on Champion Sportswear, which would have been an odd brand to be covering just a few years ago. But since this new wave of fashion has been introduced, we finally had a formal introduction to Champion Sportswear within the culture and fashion. This video is going to be looking at how Champion Sportswear moved out of that sportswear field and managed to transition into streetwear as well as fashion as a whole. So I hope you guys enjoy it and let's get into it. Starting off, Champion was established in 1919 and originates from New York. By the 1920s, Champion had their first partnership underway, which was with the Michigan State University, and they became the suppliers for the college team's uniform. Michigan University had seen that Champion were passionate about sportswear and their garments were of high quality, which is why they saw Champion as a suitable supplier. From this partnership, Champion's reputation grew in the sports field as the coaches at Michigan State University were talking to the other coaches in the league about how great of a supplier Champion were. By 1930, Champion had rebranded to Champion Knitting Mills because they were known for their apparel now, and because of this they became the #1 supplier to college uniforms across the United States. By 1938, Champion had a unique technology under their belt which was known as the reverse weave, and one of the biggest benefits of this was that you could wash a lot of the pieces together without a risk of loss of quality. And as we all know, when washing clothes, there's a lot of issues that can happen, such as shrinkage. This was vital to sports garments as it allowed the players to stay comfortable and flexible whilst wearing their pieces. By the 1950s, the Champion logo was being redesigned on the neck label, which opened the door for a redesign on the actual logo. And by the 1960s, the redesigned logo was introduced, which was the C that we all recognize to this day, and it was stitched into the left side of the sweatshirt, which they kept as a form of branding even to this day, as you can see here. By the 1970s, the brand had a partnership with the NFL, and it was around this time they had introduced yet another significant piece to the sportswear industry, this time being the hooded sweatshirt, a very practical item. At this time, they had also created a breathable nylon mesh fabric that introduced them to the NBA league and allowed them to be the suppliers to the majority of basketball uniforms around the world. By the 90s, Champion has solidified their relevance and integrity in American sports by holding exclusive rights to supply all 27 NBA teams with the rights to create the uniforms, which established them as an authentic source of NBA merchandise. This included Michael Jordan wearing the Champion brand, who is arguably the best player to touch the rock and play the game of basketball. This brings us to the introduction of Champion in the hip hop culture in the 90s. Your favorite rappers were most likely seen wearing Champion at one point or another, having it influenced the culture even up to the late 2000s. And because basketball is so closely linked to our culture, it makes sense. Just as Jordan brand is recognized in the culture, Champion fits that category also. From Rakim and the Wu-Tang Clan rocking Champion to some of the most iconic rappers including Fat Joe, 50 Cent, The Game, and even Jay-Z. At this point, the C logo had been enlarged and newly introduced to the brand, which shows it was trying to appeal to a new demographic of trendsetters rather than just sportswearers. These were massive endorsements for the brand, and at this time in hip-hop, a lot of people were wearing a lot more baggier clothes on their body, and Champion fit this style really well. As well as hip-hop, skate culture opened up its doors to Champion because the pieces were affordable and they fit really well, and because of their associations with hip-hop, it made it more friendly in the skate culture. Brands like Supreme and Bait, when they first started out, were printing on Champion blanks because of the quality of Champion pieces as well as the things they associated with. Now I want to jump to this new generation of Champion and its intertwining in street style, because this is the Champion that we've come to know and the Champion that we watched mold in front of us starting in 2008. 2008 was when the web store Colette had collaborated with Champion, and this was the first sign of Champion in this culture. They released a t-shirt design to commemorate the 2008 Olympics, and this was designed by none other than Virgil Abloh. This brings us to our next turning point for Champion in this culture, and in my opinion was one of the biggest turning points for the brand, along with Supreme collaborations, but we'll get to that in a minute. But this was around 2011-2012 when Virgil Abloh founded Pyrex Vision. If you've seen my video on Pyrex Vision, I talked about how Pyrex was printed on Champion blanks, and the reason for this was because Virgil, actually I'll let you guys go and watch that if you want to know why I was printed on Champion blanks. But because Pyrex had such a big buzz and a lot of celebrities were seen wearing it, it put that C logo at the forefront of this culture along with the Pyrex Vision branding. From there, the Supreme and Champion collaborations kickstarted in 2012, bringing a new collection every season to the Supreme brand, even to this present day. Supreme and Hanes have a really close relationship, and their Hanes brand owns Champion, so it makes sense as to Supreme and Champion having a strong bond as well. But the Supreme collaboration pushed the C logo even more down our throats, and as I said, I feel Pyrex and Supreme did the most in making Champion relevant. And for me, the thing that solidified Champion in this culture was in 2016 when Vetements took the C logo, made it vertical, and had it as a play on words for their own Vetements branding, having people walking around in a $700 hoodie sporting the C logo. I would like to note that that wasn't a collaboration and Vetements just took the C logo. This was crazy to see and very much made Champion a trendy brand. Now within this culture you see people rocking Champion like it's Supreme or Stussy, and to be honest I'm not mad at that because it's a great starting point for people who want to start dressing on trend, because it's affordable and easy to get a hold of. Near the end of 2016, Vetements announced they were collaborating with Champion for Spring Summer 17, which officially brought it to the high fashion world. As well as that, high-end retailers and web stores started stocking the Champion brand, including outlets like Farfetch. Champion have a range of products in today's day and age, with this hoodie costing me £20 including shipping, but they even have sweaters that reach the £80 mark. They are better quality and come in thicker, so you will be getting a better quality for your money. Overall, I see Champion being able to flourish because they know how to work on trend and brand their branding. As well as that, they have a great quality and a great price point which ticks all the boxes for a great product, and it's no wonder they've been going for 100 years. And that brings me to the end of this video, where I would like to end it on the Champion brand. A subscriber actually gave me the idea to make this video almost 2 years ago, and I didn't want to touch upon the subject back then because I felt the brand wasn't ready to be talked about, which is why I waited till 2016. But if you guys have any ideas you guys want me to bring to my channel, be sure to leave it in the comments, and if I find it interesting, I'll be sure to cover it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching. I'll leave some social handles in the description as well as some more information, and I'll catch you guys next time.